Is there a better way to bid farewell to the eventful and unpredictable year of 2020, if not by participating in centuries old tradition designed to help us fight misfortune and negotiate better fate? Is there a more effective way to remove the spell of the coronavirus, if not by welcoming Malanka into our lives today? To answer this question, let's look into the past. Ukrainian winter holiday traditions have their strong roots in pre-Christian times when our ancestors believed in the uncertainties of the winter solstice period. With days getting shorter, the sun setting lower, the solstice period was perceived to be the times highly susceptible to metaphysical chaos and spiritual disorder. The longer the nights grew, the more likely the whole slew of various bad spirits would have the chance to escape their native darkness and anchor themselves in the human world, bringing upon people bad luck, disease, and misfortune. Something had to be done. Before Christianity offered some answers, our ancestors tried out various responses to such threats of unruliness and chaos. Even today, you may place garlic under the tablecloth on Svetvecher, drawing a protective line between the world of the known from the world of the unknown. But trying to negotiate with the entire universe of the unknown during just one day or with the help of just one means was not enough. This is where Malanka comes in. In the context of traditional winter celebrations, Malanka signals a few things to the Ukrainians. A namesake of Saint Melania, who presides over the very last day of the year in the Julian calendar, it is of course January 13th. She is a key ritual figure, accompanied by other colorful characters and personified by village mummers. She visits people's homes on the very last night of the year. The visitations themselves are known as Malanka. In Ukrainian, Malanka was taken around, voditi Malanku. And these Malanka rounds, as a ritual of bidding goodbye to a going year, became an effective response to the threats of the outside world. In this regard, Malanka is not unique in human history. To null the power of the outer world that regularly threatened the desired course of human life, people traditionally engaged in mimicking and mocking this outer world in the effort to erase its power and bring order back into their lives. The way we mark Halloween is a good example of such undertaking. Thus, Malanka ritual was all about travesty, masks, carnivalesque behavior, and contradictions. A female character, Malanka, was enacted by men only. To bring health and usefulness upon the masters of the house, Malanka would appear as old and ugly. To wish people prosperity and order, she would be going around the house, leaving behind mess and disorder. To wish happiness and well-being, she would die and resurrect. These and other actions were meant to bring luck, fertility, marriage, children, more crops, more cattle, more health, and everything else a farming family desired to achieve in the next year. As folklorists note, in high times of uncertainty, the disorder is oftentimes ritually acted out, so in reality, the family will be left only with good things. And coming back to the year of 2020, it is time for Malanka to shake it off our shoulders in the most proactive way. But you may want to interrupt me. What happened to those home visitations in Canada? We do the opposite thing these days. To celebrate Malanka, we go to the community centers and banquet halls. How did this change? Blame our Canadian geography and cold, long winters, but also the overall sociocultural evolvement in our country in the second part of the 20th century. As our Ukrainian organizations and the community overall grew strong after the World War II, house-to-house visitations gave way to a more successful and adaptive model of honoring our Ukrainian traditions. In this new model, it is the households who started traveling to the Malanka performance and not the other way around. And so, sometime in the second part of the 20th century, a uniquely diasporic, and in our case, Ukrainian-Canadian Malanka was born. With our community needs growing, with Ukrainians mastering the skills of public fundraising for the worthy causes, the Malanka ritual transformed. Our single stage Malankas grew in scope and style. This new ritual, while still a part of our Christmas celebrations, came to represent many other cultural successes of the entire Ukrainian community, and in this sense, it evolved into a modern diasporic tradition. Yet something magical is happening right now. Just think of it. In any normal time, you would probably head out to the hall to celebrate Malanka. But instead, another reversal of normalcy is taking place right now, brought about by the pandemic. It is Malanka who is again coming back to you and your home. To welcome a new year, to bring back luck and good fortune, it is time for us to embrace beautifully ugly, reliably unpredictable, cheerful, and funnily messy character of Malanka into our lives, so normalcy and order can be restored in 2021.